Hi. As of now, we have seen how to generate the text by passing text as an input or an image as an input, and then we have witnessed that it's very intuitive and it's very easy to generate a text. So similarly, we can also generate an image, and in this section, we are going to talk about how we can generate the image. So before jumping into the image generation code, it is important to know what are all the models that we do have. As of now, we have used only one specific model, which was Gemini 2.5 Flash. But when it comes to the image generation, either we can use the Gemini models, or this is one more model called Imagen. Okay. If you're using the Gemini model, and most of the times we can use the Gemini model. So the model name is Gemini 2.0 Flash Preview Image Generation. So earlier, if you remember, for the text generation, it is Gemini 2.5 Flash, right? So here, whereas for the images, when it comes to images, the model name is the Gemini 2.0 Flash. And these model names we have to remember. So what I strongly suggest everyone is that list down all the list of model names. Like for example, like for text generation, this is the preferred model name, and for the whereas for the images like this, so that it's very easy whenever you refer the notes. And you can also use the Imagen models, especially when the image quality is more critical. You would like to have a high quality image, a resolution image, then you can use the Imagen. So again, under the Imagen models, we have Imagen 3, Imagen 4, and Imagen 4 Ultra. Okay, let's jump into the code and let's start developing the code, and let's generate an image. So let's deep dive into Colab. Here is our collab. So I'm going to name the title as image generation. Right. Let's connect to this one. Okay. So let's keep the title as image generation using Gemini models. So let's see how we can generate an image using the Gemini model, and later on we will see how we can also do some text editing as well. So for now, so we will call the text to image. Cool. Right, let's go ahead. So as like we already have seen, let's import the important modules from Google. Import gen ai from, I mean, we need the key, so for that we need the user data library, and also we need the configuration, so I'm going to use types. And also one more thing, so when we have we also need bytes input output library. So basically this helps to save the data in memory, and also it helps us to pass the string to the image library. And also, because we are going to deal with the images, so I'm going to use Python image library import image. Right, so let's get our API key is equal to user data dot get, so Google API key. I'm going to run this one to see like whether this is running fine or not. So we have a RAM of 12.7 and hard disk of 107 GB, and we are not using any graphic card. Still, it works fine. So client is equal to GenAI dot client API key is equal to API key. If you are seeing this video directly, and if you have not watched my previous tutorials, I strongly recommend you to go ahead and watch them, so that you understand why we are using all these clients and all. And then let's generate an image. For example, let's say contents. So let's generate an image. So what kind of image we need for it? So let's say, hi, can you create a 3D rendered pig? Okay, 3D rendered what image of a pig? Okay, and you can write in the straight line. I'm just like splitting so that you can see everything on one screen. So and also like let's say like we never seen a pig with an wings, right? So with wings, and also let's put a top hat and a top hat flying over a happy futuristic scientific city. This so interesting, right? With lots of greenery. Okay, again, I will explain you. Every one of us, we use ChatGPT and Gemini, right? It's very intuitive. But also, there is a specific way of like how you can ask ChatGPT or Gemini in such a way that there should be some subject, there should be like the content, what exactly you are asking for, etc., etc. So we will cover that in the later sessions. And for now, let's say that we wanted to create a image, a 3D rendered image of a pig with the wings and a top hat. So flying over a scientific scenario with the greenery around it. Okay, so now this is the contents. This is what we are going to pass. And now let's say response is equal to client dot models dot generate content. So model, as like I said earlier, Gemini 2.0 flash preview image generation. This is very hard to remember, I know, but you have to remember. We don't have any other choice. So contents, earlier we used to pass the contents here, but right now I already have the contents over here. I'm just pasting it over here. And the configuration, what exactly we want. So basically here in the configuration, we are going to tell like what exactly we're expecting. Types dot generate content config response modalities is equal to, I'm going to pass a text and I wanted an image, right? So let's run this one, print response, and let's see whether this is like working fine. Okay, now what happened? The model ran successfully and it has generated an output in HTML format. And we can see, and by looking this one, it really doesn't make any sense. So what I'm more interested over here is that I'm interested in the text and also I'm interested in the inline data. So what I'm going to do, the print response. So print response dot, what is in what I'm interested. So response, I mean, if you start from here, we have the candidates and it is like first element. So dot candidates of 0 dot, and then we have a content, and this is not an array, so dot content. And if you look at over here, we have parts, and parts, the first element we need. So dot parts, let's run this one. Now you can see it written an array with the part of text and the inline data part with the inline data. So what I'm going to do, so this text we will see what exactly it has suggested to us. So we asked, hey, can you create an image of a pig? And what it is telling over here, I will generate a 3D rendered image depicting a good scene, a pink pig with a small, etc. This is the response that what we have got, but we are like very much interested to see the image generation more than the text generation. So this one I'm copying here. So let's say, so again, for part in this one, because we have like two elements here, well, this is one element and this is like one element inside the array. If part dot text, this one text is not none, is not none. So right now we have a text, so this will execute. So print part dot text. Let's see what is the text. Okay, this is the text we have got. So I mean, if you are like interested to see like what's the text that it has generated along with the image, this is the one. And also, if in case if it has already generated the image, you can see over here this is in the binary format. Actually this represents the image, and but this is not something that intuitive for us to see. So what we are going to see, if part dot is the inline data dot inline data is not none, I would like to have, let's say the image is equal to, because this is the image, right? And I'm going to use this binary one. So this helps us to convert the binary into the string format, and we will be passed to the image. Bytes of part dot inline data dot data. Here you can see one more data here, data. And now let's save this one, image dot save. I wanted to save the like first Gemini image of a pig. dot, the format is png, and image dot show. Let's run this one. Oops. um okay, so we did a mistake clearly. Okay, so image dot open, sorry. Open, yep. And then it is running, and it has successfully generated the image, where you can see, click on this folder symbol and refresh this one if in case you have not seen, and here is the image. And there it go. So we have created, it has created an image for us, and this is looking like so cute, right? So a pig with wings and a hat on the top, flying in a scientific city with lots of greenery. So this is how we can create like images on whatever we want. And in the following set videos, I'm going to explain like how you can create the logos and how you can edit the your brand names, etc., by using this one. Thank you for watching this one.